So right now I'm currently biking across Korea. But this is part 4 of the story about my bike ride across America. I thought I would pop in and narrate a bit because Nebraska doesn't have that much footage. And it makes sense. In Indiana, I got a phone call, and Rails to Trails had mentioned that I should probably go around Wyoming because the way the trail was going and the fact that I was a noob, I would have been out in the middle of nowhere for a very long time. And so they're saying the safest thing for me to do is to take a different trail. They were talking me through a few options. The cowboy trails, I guess turf, the material is made out of was very soft, and I heard it was because of the flooding that was happening. I was eventually gonna have to ride on the highway, but she had stopped riding herself, and she went ahead to a motel that I was gonna meet her at, and she took my bags with her.
April 6, 2020, I'm not buying what you're making. Out here living in a world that's crumbling, where everybody's faking. But when you hit the right age of 25 and your heart's stuck inside some dead end life, you can start to get antsy when you feel you're not living the dream. But that's okay.
I was picked up by a firefighter. Well, he had stopped at first to see if he could help me. Eventually, he had picked me up and brought me to the B&B I was staying at. I was trying to figure out how to fix them myself, but I couldn't do it. And so the next problem was there was no bike shops for a good 100 miles. So I contacted a Warm Showers. At first, he was gonna drive up there to help me, and I was like, no, that's very far, because he was down south in Nebraska. And so he had let me know that there was a shuttle for the cowboy trail. Assessing the situation and knowing that I couldn't really go through Wyoming, I decided that I needed to do something different because I wasn't going to get stuck out there again, especially since this was just a band-aid fix for my bike. So the shuttle brought me a little bit down south to a car rental place, and I rented a car to drive to Montana. I'm glad that I rented a car. At first I was, embarrassed by it, but it was the first time I had ever rented a car. And because I rented the car, I was able to go to Yellowstone National Park.
I've been climbing for a while, waiting for a new way to come. I climbed this rock to be with.
Welcome to Wyoming.
Sins where there's fire and guns that I can barely see. The signs of this tidal wave, but I'll keep on climbing higher, higher to
got to experience those things. I remember watching TikToks and YouTube videos about the geysers and the different rivers and wishing that I could see it one day, and I got to see it on my bike ride. It was a beautiful experience. I drove through Yellowstone, drove up into Montana, tried to go to a bike shop where I was. They were full. He had just checked it to see if I could at least make it to Butte, so I headed on my way.
Woke up done, can you carry me? When I'm losing my mind, can you hold me? If I'm hazy, boo, can you help me?
Can you help me?
Feeling down, can you feel me? When I'm running low, can you charge me?
When I'm running low.
If it's love or talking, you ain't really frontin'. You do the walk and talk the talk, but drop it. You pull me back, you left me there, I'm falling. Stop, the hell are you going?
Hello. So pretty.
I'ma hold me up, I'll get myself together. Who'd have thought without you I'd be better? Brace yourself, I'm ready for another. I said it once before. Without you I'm sunlight, so bright, so right. Sunlight, so bright, so right.
I think I got about, I don't know, a few miles to Butte, and I broke down. The spokes broke again. My warm showers, he picked me up and brought me to the bike shop and got a whole new tire, and that tire lasted me for the rest of the trip. I stayed at that warm showers for about 2 days. I continued my bike ride to Missoula.
If it's love or talking, you ain't really frontin'. You do the walk and talk the talk, but drop it. You pull me back, you left me there, I'm falling. Stop, the hell are you going? I'ma hold me up, I'll get myself together. Who'd have thought without you I'd be better? Brace yourself, I'm ready for another. I said it once before. Sunlight, so bright. Sunlight, so bright, so right.
Now between Missoula and Butte, I did my longest day, 87 miles. I stopped at an RV campsite that was right next to the highway and then continued on to Missoula. Where I had met my warm showers named Ethel. And I had also went to the adventure cycling office, got my picture on the wall, and weighed my bike, which was like 89 pounds. Ethel, our warm showers host, is an 87-year-old bike tourer.
Since I got my new bike, actually that's been where most of the miles is. That's 18 miles or so. And that's it. That's all I've done.
That year, she had gone on a bike tour to Alaska. At dinner, we had met her neighbor, who also has a bike tour. All of us were having conversations. But that year, there was a lot of wildfires. And I was discussing this with Ann, Ethel's neighbor. And simultaneously, having conversation with Dave and Sharon. They were telling me that they're going to hitchhike to a point north in Montana and then ride their bikes to the Amtrak station in White Falls. And after having the conversation about the wildfires, I had decided to take the detour to the Amtrak station. Once I got to Seattle, I rode my bike to my warm showers host, and then I went on my final ride with someone who was following my ride named Karen. She rode with me around Seattle. And from there, I packed up my box.
You run out of tape?
Well, that's that then.
And left for the airport. My bike ride, there was many parts that I didn't ride, but there was a whole lot that I did. And it showed me that I could do a lot with the body that I have. I'm a big girl, over 300 pounds, and I rode from one side of America to another. Went from doing 5-mile days to 40-mile days to my longest of 87 miles. I had lows and I had highs and I had significant detours and I had a lot of firsts that I got to experience. My bike ride across America unlocked something within me that wants to explore more about what it is I'm capable of in the body that I have. Can I get to 100 miles? There's so much that I want to do and see, and when I lose weight, if I lose weight, I will. My bike ride across America showed me that I don't need to wait for the pounds to shed in order for me to experience adventures. I want to learn how to surf. I want to scuba dive. I want to do so many things. And right now, continuing this bike ride across Korea, I very much know that those things will happen, whether or not I lose weight or I do it at the weight that I am currently. I love the way that my bike ride across America went. It was surprising that so many people cared and so many people got involved. So many people made sure that I was safe and made ways to support me. And I'm so appreciative of the fact that so many people cared. And I will never take that for granted. It's one of the biggest reasons I will continue to show up for myself. Fighting! But also show up for the people who need that inspiration. Even though in the moment when it's hard, you just keep going and you complain while you're on the bike and you let yourself explore while you're off it. So yeah, this was my bike ride across America and I hoped you enjoyed it because I sure did. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.